Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for giving me a voice. Today I will talk about alga with zeolites to source of removing ammonium nitrogen from wastewater. The sewage sludge contain naturally clinoptile and microalgae found after the assimilation of ammonium nitrogen can be further used to reuse arginate and wastewater. The talk I made I based on Professor Magdalena Zapochnicka article published in recent number of Applied Sciences. Then this is how with the Professor Zapochnicka proposed to use microalgae with supported with zeolite, so zirconium and some phosphorate, and embed its spherical hydrogels in semi-continuous conditions. This shows that uptake of ammonium was higher, and the removal was especially if in two cases of these microalgae, the Chlorella vulgaris and Sinica armatus. The work shows important to use native algae blooming, which occurs normally in local wastewater. This coil is able to prevent if we visit outside of the wastewater plant the blooming on or invasive plant or invasive microorganism, which is very difficult, dangerous, and in Poland caused such case the big catastrophe on Oder River last year. The using is focuses on this work how to provide example of applying biochemical loop and arginates and sorption simultaneous, because algae can also absorb some metals, and this is another advantage of this case. The wastewater contains multiple contaminants dependent locally, but domestic human health needed to be utilized, otherwise dangerous to fish and zooplankton. Some algae can be like Chlorella vulgaris and armatus can be cultivated in open ponds, in closed system, in fresh or saline water. The two of them are most very fast growing with high removal of pollutants, including metals, and can be also as harvestation of carbon dioxide. So cultivation is also besides biosorption and cleaning water, capture carbon dioxide, reducing also greenhouse effect. Another case is can be how to mobilize with separate hydrogen beds, which can improve also the wastewater management. During Anamox, utilization immobilized in polyvinyl alcohol sodium alginate is most common. Green solvent can remove ions from aqueous solution. For example, alginate gel can catch carboxyl and polyvinyl alcohol from binding. This can help to exchange substrate between solids and liquid phases. Thirdly, hydrogenate gel is high porosity and mild physical environments and non-toxicity. Zeolite a porous natural mineral that can remove also various ions and support in this case and are low cost because minerals growing make usually chosen of course from local local according to local conditions and local minerals are selected to which are common to not make high cost but very low cost and uh, there are no reports to remove ammonium nitrogen for wastewater using microalgae, and this is fine. The, the research was made on cultivating algae in 250 milliliters flask in climatic chamber. The radiance was made by, by solar lamp on kilomole at temperature 29 degrees and in light phase and dark phase 25. Light period moment. The microalgae were taken from Baltic algae collection and suspended solution in hydrogen beds. Hydrogen was made for alginate. The solvents were small particles of 3 milliliters. Sorption tests were carried in mineral solvent, and zeolite was clean optil. This solvent was mostly containing quartz and was dosed to wastewater in the form of powder. As wastewater was cork plant was water used as most troublesome and most containing ammonia. Corking concentration was 386 milligrams per liter. As for check testing was chosen kill down nitrogen. Sorption tests where dynamic condition wastewater were applied, where airlift cone were used, an amount of 0.5 liters of reaction was applied. The wastewater was diluted in 1/3 every 10 days in 0.15 liters of wastewater. After each replacement of portion of wastewater, it was necessary to adjust the pH of to 7. So now to neutral conditions, and pH was corrected by hydrochloric and hydroxide sodium of 1 mole. And air pumps were flow 250 liters per hour. That was pH meter, and the measurement is triplicated. There wasn't a time to split, however, it can, and also no is supporting with, for example, other solution, only just to check microalgae. And no polymer characteristic for what produced, and no after use as biogas or dark fermentation feed. So this was the easiest. And ammonia was chosen as three atoms. The solvent, the sample were chosen due to solvent and chlorella from 100 gram to 50 gram per liters with different conditions of for chlorella and apparatus armatus, and this was given, and in case of chlorella vulgaris the biggest was attempt was using 550 milligrams of xylite in bed, and mm, was higher than using hydrogel samples of 100 milliliters, and it is that in case without solvent was used as soluble compounds, and interesting was that without solvents after 23 days was absorption higher than without. Until 24 hours, the highest absorption of ammonia utilization was uh, for for 500 chlorella and bed azolites, and arginine gel was the lowest, almost only below 100, and just in 40 days reached 150, but twice much as without solvents. So the support is necessary that such powder and xylite wasn't improving in case of chlorella using. In case of uh, of Cientos armatus also was similar, but the differences was was lower, and here supporting with with arginite give better that xylite of light or concentration, and also 500 milliliters must give better results than 100 grams of powder xylite. In this case, showing that these xylites which is shown, uh, so arginate and clean up T-light wasn't a very good choice. But there is need to support, and we need to find other ways. Such research that shows not very well are also important. How in case of volatile fatty acid utilization was also without xylites much something better. And higher was the high of absorbing in case of zeolite was also with alginate, and chlorella best and armatus wasn't even, was almost the same. Only changes were if the alginate use and bead, which decreases, for example, um, zeolite with clinotype give much better was in every cases results. So zeolite and alginate was better, but still much better with the absorption of every pollutant was without this support. So this which shows that the choice of zeolite and or alginate bead as support wasn't a good idea. So thank you very much for listening to me.